Hey, what's up, guys? C4 here. I'm about to get into this third video. It's included in this series I'm doing with cannibal killers. This guy's name is Issei Sagawa. He's probably a little worse than the last two videos I did, only because he participated in necrophilia. With that being said, please like, comment, and subscribe, and enjoy the video.
Issei Sagawa, also known as Pang or the Kobe Cannibal, is a Japanese murderer, cannibal, and necrophile known for the killing of Renee Hartefelt in Paris in 1981. Sagawa murdered Hartefelt, then mutilated, cannibalized, and performed necrophilia on her corpse over several days. Sagawa was arrested but released after 2 years of pretrial detention upon being found legally insane and deported to Japan. Sagawa's release was due to a legal technicality, and his post-release celebrity in Japan led to international publicity.
Issei Sagawa was born on April 26, 1949 in Kobe, Hyogo Prefecture to wealthy parents. Sagawa's father, Akira Sagawa, was a businessman who had served as president of Kirita Water Industries, and his grandfather had been an editor for the Asahi Shimbun. Sagawa was born prematurely and reportedly small enough that he could fit in the palm of his father's hand, and immediately developed enteritis, a disease of the small intestine. Sagawa eventually recovered after several injections of potassium and calcium in saline. Sagawa's fragile health and introverted personality led him developing a strong interest in literature. Sagawa attended schools in Kamakura, Kanagawa Prefecture, where he first experienced cannibalistic desires while in the first grade after seeing a male's thigh. In a 2011 interview with Vice, Sagawa reported that as a youth he partook in bestiality with his dog and experienced cannibalistic desires for women. Sagawa attended Waco University and completed a master's degree in English literature at Kwansei Gakuin University. At the age of 24, while attending Waco University in Tokyo, Sagawa followed a tall German woman home, then broke into her apartment while she was sleeping. Sagawa's intention was to cannibalize her by slicing off part of her buttocks and sneaking away with a small part of her flesh, but she awoke and Sagawa claims pushed him to the ground. Sagawa was captured by police and charged with attempted rape and did not confess his true intentions to authorities. Sagawa's charges of attempted rape were dropped when his father paid a settlement to the victim. In 1977, at the age of 27, Sagawa moved to France to pursue a PhD in literature at the Sorbonne in Paris. Sagawa has said that while residing in Paris, almost every night he would bring a prostitute home and then try to shoot them, but for some reason his fingers froze and he could not pull the trigger. On June 11, 1981, Sagawa, then 32, invited his Sorbonne classmate Renee Hartefelt, a Dutch woman, to dinner at his apartment at 10 Rue Erlanger Street, under the pretext of translating poetry for a school assignment. Sagawa planned to kill and eat her, having selected her for her health and beauty, characteristics he felt he lacked. Sagawa considered himself weak, ugly, and small, and claims he wanted to absorb her energy. She was 25 years old. After Hartefelt arrived, she began reading poetry at a desk with her back to Sagawa. When he shot her in the neck with a rifle, Sagawa said he fainted after the shock of shooting her, but awoke with the realization that he had to carry out his plan. Sagawa had sex with the corpse, but he could not bite into her skin because his teeth were not sharp enough, so he left the apartment and purchased a butcher knife. Sagawa consumed various parts of Hartefelt's body, eating most of her breasts and face either raw or cooked, while saving other parts in his refrigerator. Sagawa also took photographs of Hartefelt's body at each eating stage. Sagawa then attempted to dump the remains of Hartefelt's corpse in a lake, carrying her dismembered body parts in 2 suitcases, but was caught in the act and arrested by French police 4 days later. Sagawa's wealthy father provided a lawyer for his defense, and after being held for 2 years awaiting trial, Sagawa was found legally insane and unfit to stand trial by the French judge, Jean-Louis Brugier, who ordered him held indefinitely in a mental institution. After a visit by the author Inhuhiko Yomata, Sagawa's account of his kill was published in Japan under the title In the Fog. Sagawa's subsequent publicity and macabre celebrity likely contributed to the French authorities' decision to deport him to Japan, where he was immediately committed to Matsuzawa Hospital in Tokyo. His examining psychologists all declared him sane and found sexual perversion was his sole motivation for the murder. As the charges against Sagawa in France had been dropped, the French court documents were sealed and were not released to Japan authorities. Consequently, Sagawa could not legally be detained in Japan. Sagawa checked himself out of the hospital on the 12th of August 1986 and has subsequently remained free since that day. Sagawa's continued freedom has been widely criticized. Between 1986 and 1997, Sagawa was frequently invited to be a guest speaker and commentator. In 1992, Sagawa appeared in Hisayasu Sato's exploitation film, which translates into Unfaithful Wife, Shameful Torture. as a sadosexual voyeur. Sagawa has written books about the murder he committed, as well as a book on the 1997 Kobe child murders. Sagawa has also written restaurant reviews for the Japanese magazine Spa. Sagawa can no longer find publishers for his writing, and he has struggled to find employment. Sagawa was nearly accepted by a French-language school because the manager was impressed by his courage in using his real name, but employees protested and he was rejected. In 2005, Sagawa's parents died and he was prevented from attending their funeral, but repaid their creditors and moved into public housing. Sagawa received welfare benefits for a time. In an interview with Vice magazine in 2011, Sagawa said that being forced to make a living while being known as a murderer and cannibal was a terrible punishment. In 2013, Sagawa was hospitalized from a cerebral infarction, which permanently damaged his nervous system. He now lives alone and needs daily assistance, which is provided by his younger brother or from caregivers. At the time, he claimed to have regretted all his obsessions. Thank you for watching The Kobe Cannibal. Please like, comment, and subscribe.